Thanks, Jaron. So great to be bringing SBU-TV Sports live to the studio. And with the start of the college basketball season less than 3 weeks away, there's no better way to kick off our first live sports segment than with some Bonnie's Hoops. Media day for the women's basketball team is Monday, but our Grace Foley caught up with a few members of the team prior to Monday's festivities to get a look at what Bonnie's fans can expect from the team this year.
Depth and experience, key components of head coach Jesse Fleming's team in 2020. Coming off a 7-23 season that saw a number of close finishes fall to the loss column, Fleming knows all too well the areas his team needs to improve.
We shot the free throws great. We got to get to the line more. And then it all comes back to just our defensive numbers were just subpar. And you know, so we need to continue to shoot the ball well and share it and knock those free throws down.
While veterans like leading returning scorer Ajanay Johnson and seniored forward Emily Calabrese will be an integral part of the team's success, there are some fresh faces on the roster expected to make an instant impact.
We have really good new additions this year that I think will help our team out a lot. They've actually picked up a lot of things really quickly than normal freshmen would or normal transfers would.
Tori Harris headlines a talented class of transfers for the Bonnies. I asked Coach Fleming what her role would be on the team, and his answer was simple. Score the basketball.
She's going to be the one that's going to be the shot maker for us. Tori knows that we're going to run stuff for her. She's got the size. She's got the release. She's good enough when they rush at to put it on the floor and be able to make a play.
Of course, there's still a lot of uncertainty surrounding the basketball season, but that's not stopping the Bonnies from enjoying any time they get together on the court.
There's just more of an appreciation and joy just to be practicing. I think it had become such a year-round thing, Division I athletics, that you take it for granted.
Still no official schedule for the team, and the A10 preseason poll is expected to be dropped Monday. For SBU-TV Sports, I'm Grace Foley. New, now, next.
Out in history, the NCAA did their part to ensure student athletes had an opportunity to make their way to the polls. With a schedule as rigorous as that of a student athlete, having the chance to make their voices heard this election day was a top priority for the NCAA. The Division I Council approved a bill prohibiting all athletic activities the first Tuesday after November 1st each year, giving St. Bonaventure softball player Allie Haskell peace of mind that she'd have time to go out and perform her civic duty.
It gave me a time period where I could go, so that worked out well. And I think our coach would have been very understanding, but I think it would have made it a lot more difficult to go and to not want to miss practice. So I think it's important for everybody and all the student athletes and all students to go out and vote.
The bill also creates time for student athletes to participate in community service, all part of the NCAA's hopes to increase civic engagement. Nothing like a little Wednesday night MACtion to close things out. The MAC Conference opened up their 2020 football season with a 6-game slate Wednesday night. The University of Buffalo kicked off their conference-only regular season schedule with Northern Illinois. Junior running back Jared Patterson led the way for the Bulls in the first half. This 56-yard scamper, his second rushing touchdown on the night. In the second half, the Bulls defense takes over. A 65-yard pick six from Gaddafi Wright capped off 3 defensive touchdowns for UB in just over 10 minutes. The Bulls cruise to a 49-30 win. And tomorrow will be the busiest day of college football this year. The Pac-12 Conference begins their season, marking the 5th and final Power 5 conference to open up play in 2020. It's time now for SBU-TV Sports Trivia as we take it back to the Riley Center. This week's question, a bit of a throwback. Before being named the Riley Center in 1974, what was the arena's original name? The answer, University Center. Ringing in with the first correct answer was Dan from right here in Olean. And in fact, the Bonnies won their final game in the University Center over Little 3 rival Canisius 85-82. That's ones for our guy on the desk, Jaron Holmes. Follow us on social media. SBU-TV Sports Trivia returns Tuesday. Back over to you, Jaron and Sean.